Hey guys, Nerd Reviews London here, and today I'm covering For the Love of Fantasy, an event I only heard about a few weeks ago. I don't know what to expect, so let's jump into it. So this event is run by Monopoly Events, and this is the second ever London For the Love of Fantasy Comic-Con they've ever done, first one being in August 2024. And it's very similar to a regular convention. You've got stalls and activities going on, but this event is much more focused around celebrities and meets and greets, photo opportunities, signings and stuff like that, though they do have a number of stalls. And as somebody who goes for the merch for Comic-Con, I do appreciate that. And the first stall I came across was this Pokémon art stall by Halewood Illustrations. And I have to say, I'm a fan of what they've got going on here. The artwork of the Pokémon with the Pokémon card actually in the frame is just beautiful. And if you're a fan of Pokémon, they had a lot of really good merch, such as coasters as well, which are coming up. I actually got myself a few of these. They've also got other artwork prints as well. If you're a fan of Pokémon, they had a big range of all different Pokémon. They didn't have just the same ones that you always see: Eevee, Pikachu, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, etc. They also do their own terrariums, which I thought looked good, and they were reasonably priced, though I didn't end up getting one. I was on a bit of a limited budget this time. This is a stall run by a person called Dark Division Art, and I have to say I'm a real big fan of their work. The colour of the artwork just pops. These are all the coasters they had, but they also did have other prints and such for sale, even water bottles with the designs on them, and the colours just popped on these. If I could have got one of the big artworks, I would have, but I only picked myself up a Rock Lee coaster. And these are some other smaller vendors. This is an artist's alley where you have smaller people that have applied for a booth, and they sell maybe their own artwork or other things that are part of cosplays and such. So you saw one that was selling fangs and horns and stuff like that. You have some people selling little trinkets, keychains, artworks they've done. You can always find some really nice stuff that's done there, and it's quite unique because it's by people that are just small and starting out, and they're putting their own unique creative touches on stuff. So if you want to hunt around these small stalls in the artist alley, you can usually get yourself a nice little trinket that's unique. So this is a stall called Kaname, and they do canvases, but they also do artwork prints, and they're reasonably priced, good quality. The prints themselves are £5, but if you buy a frame as well, it's £10, and I thought the quality was very good. Yes, these may just be ripped off the internet. They do say they've touched them up, they tried to create their own unique style, maybe they've touched them up a bit. However, I just thought for the price and the quality, they were really good, and I've been looking for something to have in the background to spruce up my room and make it pop a bit and give it some flair of mine. So I ended up getting a few of these. I ended up getting 2 frames and 5 prints so that I can mix and match, swap them out when I wanted to. I mean, here you can see all the different range of animes they've got. They've also got video games, films, they even have maps from franchises, which is just a really cool touch. If you're ever at a Comic-Con and you see these guys, definitely worth checking out in my opinion. And here we have some other range of merch. There were loads of stalls here selling lots of different things. There was a stall that sold artwork with the music notes of the theme printed over the artwork. And here we have some really nice drawn artwork. Lots of different franchises represented. Even had Ozzy Osbourne there. Saw a lot of Ozzy Osbourne this weekend. Rest in peace to him, although I know wherever he is not resting, he is rocking it up. And this is the gaming section, which is quite small compared to other ones I've seen at different conventions, though they did have a number of retro consoles such as SNES, NES, Atari, maybe a PlayStation I believe was there, and they had a number of different multiplayer games to play. You could play Street Fighter, there was Pac-Man, there was Mario Kart, and they even had some quite modern games as well. There's a PS4 there, so a really cool section, though I have seen better ones at other conventions such as London Anime Gaming Con. They have a really good gaming section. Now these beautiful looking controllers are done by Undead Gaming, though they are a bit pricey at about 100 quid roughly. Though if you want something more affordable but you still want to customize your pad, you can get custom thumbsticks for your pad, which still puts your flair on it, and they're relatively price affordable. Now these are the queues for the celebrity meets and greets and photo opportunities and signings. As you can see, this is probably the biggest draw of this convention. All these people were queuing up, and these queues were lasting all day. Now as you can see, some people have bigger queues than others. Some are major draws, some smaller draws. Here's Charlie Cox of Daredevil fame, as well as other films like Stardust. And here we have some other signed autographs that are already signed by other people, maybe some that weren't in attendance, such as Orlando Bloom as Legolas. There's the official event poster. This year's event was heavily Lord of the Rings. There's some more canvases by the Kaname. And here's a stall which I've seen at conventions before, so I was very surprised to see them here. This is Pokémon, where they do custom terrarium Pokeballs. Now these are quite pricey at the range of £65 each, but the quality on them is wonderful. They're each unique, they're each handmade, and they would look great on your shelf if you're a Pokemon fan. He also does some artwork to go with them, and I just think it's really good stuff. So what did I think of For the Love of Fantasy? I thought it was good. I'd never heard about the event until 3 weeks before it happened. I saw an advert for it on Instagram and wanted to go to more conventions and cover them for the channel and for you the viewer. I decided to get a ticket and go, and I was pleasantly surprised by how good it was. Yes, it was heavily celebrity focused. I knew this after checking out the website. The main draw that they advertise is the amount of celebrities they have. The theme for this year was clearly Lord of the Rings. They had 6 of the 9 Fellowship there, plus a lot of other actors from Lord of the Rings. And they had many other actors from other series. And on the website it advertises the prices for their signings and autographs and their photo opportunities heavily, and it doesn't mention anything else. So I knew this was heavily celebrity focused. And after getting there, it was more celebrities than I've ever seen at any Comic-Con that I've been to previously in the UK, including MCM, which is at the same venue. So this is a heavily celebrity focused Comic-Con. But there was also other stuff there, such as merch booths. There was food stalls there, which I didn't show in the video, but they had a few food stalls, and there's the fudge stalls that you always get at every convention, which are cool. And there was some nice merch there. There were some vendors that I've never seen before, including Dark Division Art, who's never been able to get into MCM before. And I got some really cool stuff. As you can see, I've got my 2 prints from Kaname up in the background, filling up my wall, making it look a bit better. And overall, it was good. I really had a good time. It's the kind of venue that I could see if you and your friends want to go and meet a particular celebrity, you could do that and have a good time there. I actually ended up meeting someone I was a fan of, Tyler Hoechlin, who a lot of people know as Superman in the CW series, such as Arrow and Supergirl and Superman and Lois, though I know him as the voice of Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. So I did get a signed autograph from him, which was really cool to add to my collection. And overall, I had a really good time. It was a really good event for one that's just starting out. This was its 2nd time in the UK, and it will be happening again next August 2026, so I'll be definitely going to that. So if you had a good time there, please feel free to let me know in the comments what you thought of the event. I really had a good time. So yeah, it was really good. So hopefully you had a good time, and if you didn't know about it before, now you can learn about it and go to next year's event. So until next time, take care. Bye bye.